Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Crunch Time, episode 197. We're back from our 2-week break over the holidays. We hope all of you had an awesome break, had an awesome holiday season, but we are back, and I'm going to be your host for today. I'm Tanner Dislin. That's Sam Godsey. We are the N326 duo. Sam, how are we feeling, my friend?
We're feeling good, Tanner. It was a long break. It seemed like way longer than 2 weeks. But I'm super happy to be back. Got some live NFL, some college ball to catch up on. College basketball conference play has kicked off. So we got an action-packed episode.
No doubt about it. You started to list the things, so I say we get right into it. Of course, we've got the first couple rounds of the college football playoff. We've got wrapping up the NFL, the NFL regular season, and the postseason matchups are set. And then, as you said, we had a college basketball conference matchup start. So where should we start?
There's so many avenues we can go here. Right now, I think the most important and one that we love most, I think we start with the college football playoffs.
I think so too.
And how awesome that at least a couple games at least have been pretty electric.
So here's the thing. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, we do need to play a game, Sam.
Yeah,
we need to play a game, and it's called Who Lost by Less.
Okay.
So two teams that had a common opponent that I'm looking at right now. James Madison and Texas Tech both played Oregon. Who lost by less?
That'd be James Madison.
That would be James Madison, who also scored more points.
Yeah. That game was ugly.
That would be James Madison. Oh, also, Sam, which team saw a revolt from the fan base of that sport saying that they don't belong? The team that lost by less or the team that lost by more?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
The team that lost by less. And we do this every single damn year.
Yeah.
And the 14 playoff, remember when Cincinnati made it? Oh, they shouldn't be here. They shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
They played Bama. They lost by a lot. Guess what? So did everyone who played Bama that year. And then you look at it, and Cincinnati loses by a lot. This is why they shouldn't be here. This is why they shouldn't be here. The other semifinal game was even worse of a blowout because that's how college football works. You idiots.
Yeah.
Okay? All right.
Yeah.
Ready for round two?
Let's do it.
Who lost by more? Ole Miss versus Tulane. Now, this is not a common opponent, but Tulane played Ole Miss, and Indiana played Alabama. Who lost by less? Tulane or Alabama? Tulane did. Whoa. Now, this one's a little bit less of a because I do feel like there was a contingent of college football fans that realized, hey, Bama has 3 losses. They shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
But still, in the end of the day, Alabama won a playoff game against Oklahoma, and then they had to play Indiana, and they lost by 35, and Tulane lost by 31.
Yeah.
So everyone out there who's pitching a fit, taking a stand, this isn't what college football deserves. Relax.
Yeah.
Okay? Relax. That's how the sport goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I wanted to kick it off.
Yeah. I mean, I might have screwed up here, Tanner.
Uh-oh.
How about our damn Hawkeyes? Taking down second in running, Diego Pavia. Shout out to the Hawkeye social team.
Yes.
That video was absolutely electric. But our defense looked incredible that game. You look at Pavia's stat line. He had like 300 plus yards. Sure, that looks good on paper, but we screwed him up. It was awesome to see.
He was playing a lot of catch up with those, which it's not like they're completely empty yards because Vandy did get back in the game, but still, they were down 3 touchdowns before he got going.
Yeah. And Mark Gronowski, unbelievable end to his Hawkeye career. Again, miss him dearly for sure. But want to shout out our boys taking care of business against Vandy. It did get a little dicey there.
It did. It did.
Coming out of the second half and then just Pavia throwing like a 70-yard bomb. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Well, this is how it goes. Because looking at the game, right? Like you said, we kind of dominated that first half. But at the end of the day, I think we had talked about this. Vanderbilt was like the number 2 scoring offense in the SEC. And Diego Pavia was the second in Heisman voting because he's really good at football.
Yeah.
And that he had a lot of weapons that are really good at football. And you can't just like they're going to score. And obviously, with their backs got against the wall, they started opening up the playbook and they started to score.
Yeah.
But in another game, it reminded me a little bit of Rutgers. Obviously, not to the same quality of opponent, but Rutgers, where the defense is really struggling. They can't get a stop. And every single damn time, you need something from the offense. Mark Gronowski just sacks up, moves the ball down the field, leads its scoring drive, and Iowa takes back a 2-possession lead. Yeah, every single time they needed it, Iowa got the ball back. Similar with Penn State, got the ball back, need a first down. What's the play that seals it? A Gronowski run.
Yeah,
he had such a great season, and I think I tweeted it. I just really hope at the end of the day, Iowa fans remember how damn good he was, because this is the best Iowa team. I know the results weren't all there. We talked at length about the tough year, but I can confidently say this is the best Iowa team we've had in a long time.
Yeah, 100%. Just a couple close losses. We're looking at potentially being in the college football playoff if they go the other way. I mean, if Gronowski doesn't go down in that Indiana game, what happens?
Yeah, if Iowa wins 2 of those 4, 50% of the games that were essentially a coin flip were Iowa's in the playoff.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
But
it is what it is. But also one more Hawk I want to shout out, DJ Vonami.
Yeah.
Vonami, something like that. Next Iowa tight end right there.
Yep. He played phenomenal.
He was great. But yes, thank you for bringing that back, because we had a good send off for our boys. And again, obviously we have a different perspective rooting for a team who is like consistently in the middle, and things like these games mean something to us as compared to an Alabama fan. But this is proof, like what I felt watching a senior quarterback who's had a great season but hasn't had the results play well and win a game, the final game against a good team in a bowl game. That felt really good.
Yeah.
And all the people who don't care about bowl games, I feel sorry for you, because that felt good and you're missing out on it.
Yeah, it was one of the prouder times I've been an Iowa football fan.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So shout out the Hawks. Good season. Could have been a lot better, obviously, but stuff to build on. They're already active in the portal.
Yeah.
But going back to the playoffs. So I think we've kind of all established here. Hold your horses about the group of 5 team, because every single time everyone loses their mind, they're proving that at any given day, anyone can get blown out.
Yep.
As evident by Oregon in the Rose Bowl last year, Texas Tech this year in the Orange Bowl, and Bama in the Rose Bowl this year. So, but do you want to go kind of through the games? How are we thinking here? Because obviously those first round games at this point happened weeks ago.
I think we kind of go to the big games that happened a week ago now.
Mm-hmm.
Start there.
Okay, we'll get the ones we've kind of talked about out of the way. I mean, obviously Oregon 23, Texas Tech nothing.
Yeah.
Texas Tech.
Yeah, they were bad. They didn't belong on that field. But we all knew about Dante Moore in this offense and how good they are. But their defense was the main storyline. Obviously, Texas Tech, we know. Big 12 can just sling the rock. They struggled tremendously, 6 for 16 on third down, held to 215 yards total. Not only that, but they just didn't have the ball. Oregon killed it in time of possession, 38 minutes to 22. with just kept the ball out of the explosive offense hands, and they capitalized. I mean, 30 rushing yards, or 78 rushing yards. Red Raiders, 137 yards passing. This is a team that would put up a lot of points throughout the year. I mean, you go back in the Big 12 championship, they put up 34 against what we thought was a good BYU team, 49, 40. They were consistently in the low 30s, or high 30s, low 40s throughout the year. And Oregon came in with a little chip on their shoulder and proved why they're the top dogs and one of the best conferences.
Yeah, and this is the problem with this is a team that didn't even make the Big Ten championship.
Yeah.
And they just went like the offense could have been better.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
The offense could have been better. Texas Tech is legitimately good defense. We also some of the guys they've got. But at the end of the day, Texas Tech dropped the goose egg
That's embarrassing.
as the
Honestly.
Big
That's
12
so
champion.
embarrassing.
It's it's
And that's not a good look for the Big 12 because a lot of people were saying Texas Tech and BYU. I'm pretty sure I even said they should be in. So that's tough luck for me. But yeah, turns out Big 12 not really competing with Big 12 and
the Big
SEC
10,
and I guess the ACC.
yeah. But before we go there, a Rose Bowl, this was a pinch me moment to where, not that I'm an Indiana fan, but literally just like what world am I living in where Alabama and Indiana played in a game? Indiana was the 1 seed, and Indiana just whipped out the belt and just lashings over and over on Alabama.
Yeah, it wasn't even fun to watch. Indiana absolutely manhandled the Tide. This is not the Tide of old. This is not a Nick Saban led team. And I think this game absolutely solidified that. Kurt Signetti coached a hell of a ball game. We all know the goofy Fernando Mendoza. He is one of the, I mean, he didn't even really play, like, statistically, he wasn't a Heisman level, like big stage Heisman winner. You expect him to sling it for 300 yards, and now 14 for 16, 192 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I want to shout out their rushing attack, though.
Yep.
Absolutely incredible. Kalon Black and let me pull up the other guy's name. Roman Hemby absolutely dominated on the yard. Black with 15 carries, 99 yards, 6.6 average, a touchdown. Hemby 18, 89, 5 yards a carry, 1 touchdown. They were dominant in every aspect of this game, and it really wasn't close from the moment this ball got kicked.
Correct. And now we have to take a look at Alabama, because there is a really interesting conversation to be had.
Yeah.
That's their 4th loss this season. Can you remember a time Bama wouldn't have 4 losses in a 4-year span?
Yeah.
Under Nick Saban. This is their 4th loss. What, last year did they even make? Did they make the playoff last year? I don't believe they did.
I don't believe so.
I don't think they did make it last year. So they, in 2 years under DeBoer,
I think they play. Yeah, I don't know.
in 2 years under DeBoer, I'm pretty sure they didn't make the playoff last year, and then now it's a 4-loss season. They did win a playoff game, but were utterly dismantled by Indiana.
So you asked when was the last? So they lost in the ReliaQuest Bowl last year, which I believe,
which is the Outback, and is not
against
playoff.
Michigan. Yeah, that's 2 years in a row that DeBoer has finished with 4 losses. Before that, though,
how many years back do you have to go to get 4 losses?
So the last two, so 22, so second to last year, Saban that had over the 22, 23, 23, 24 season, he accrued 4 losses. But in a singular season, Tanner, you're going to have to go back to 2007, where a young Nick Saban took over after a brief stint in the NFL and finished 2-6.
Let me tell you, uh, the final 2 seasons of Saban had 4 losses, and now DeBoer has posted back-to-back 4 losses.
Yeah, it's not. They're 20-8 in DeBoer's tenure there. It's they're always gonna get the top guys just because of the brand they are. But they the I'm gonna say it. People can now pay their players like Bama had been doing in years past.
Yeah,
I'll say it. I think it's very interesting. I'm sure I'm gonna get some slack for that, but you got guys like Georgia, Ole Miss. Who knows what LSU is going to be in the next couple years? I mean, Texas, obviously, Oklahoma had a up and down year this year, but they're right up. They could be competing. So it's a new era of Alabama football, but I think they have the history where they're still going to get the guys. But will that lead to success when every other school can pay them as much, right?
and that's the thing that made Saban so unique was because they were full of 5 stars,
Yeah.
always, constantly, and they were always the most physical. They were always the toughest. They were always the most disciplined. They were always all of those things. When it seems that in modern college football, a lot of 5 stars and all those guys who are getting thrown tons of money at them think they can do what they want,
Yeah.
and that just like it's a visibly a different team
Yeah.
under Kalen DeBoer than it was under Nick Saban, and obviously now back to back 4 loss seasons.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, so sad.
yeah, we're devastated. Now I have another talking point.
Yeah.
The SEC.
Yeah.
Not a good bowl season
No.
from the SEC. I believe at one point, I don't know if that's still true, that the only bowl wins for the SEC so far were when an SEC team played another SEC team. That's not true. Texas won. Texas beat
Yeah.
Michigan. So Texas has officially. Texas was the only win, I think, by an SEC team. So Tennessee lost, Vanderbilt lost, Texas won, Alabama lost to Indiana, Ole Miss won, but when they played another SEC team. Okay. The SEC has 4 bowl wins. 2 of them came against other SEC teams. Obviously, an SEC team will win that game.
Yeah.
One against a group of 5, Ole Miss over Tulane.
Yeah.
And then Texas.
Yep.
It has not been a good bowl season
Yeah.
for the SEC. Now, the current talking
Brutal.
point of
Yeah.
Alabama was the first 3-loss team to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Why did they get into the playoff? Because they had a gauntlet, a 4-team gauntlet. For those of you listening on audio, I did an air quotes on that gauntlet. They had a 4-game gauntlet against 4 straight ranked teams. Tell me, I'm going to read those games now. Tell me if you are impressed by this win.
Yeah.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an impressive win. Vanderbilt.
Not really.
Missouri.
No.
Tennessee.
No.
Mind you, Vanderbilt, Missouri, and Tennessee were ranked 16, 14,
Yeah.
and 11.
Yeah. And yeah.
And to the end of the season,
Tennessee 8-5.
Tennessee had a 5-loss season. Vanderbilt had a 3-loss. Obviously,
Missouri 8-5.
Missouri had a 5 season,
Yeah.
which Missouri was Missouri. Missouri was ranked. I'm trying to see how deep Missouri was ranked pretty deep into the season.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. They were ranked number 22 when they played Oklahoma, the week before Thanksgiving.
I appreciate you not bringing up their last game of the season. I appreciate that. Fun fact: they also lost their bowl game.
They also lost. So, like, this is getting really interesting. It's the propaganda machine goes crazy because look, you and I agree. I think we agree on this, and tell me if I'm wrong. Obviously, we're Big Ten guys. The SEC is the deepest conference in college football. It has gotten out of hand. There's a deeper sleeper cell of SEC teams that continue to rank their middling teams so everyone gets a ranked win and resumes get boosted.
Yeah.
That's what annoys me. And how much they all love the fact that they're in the SEC. Lane Kiffin wearing an SEC sweatshirt on the sideline is crazy.
Is the SEC the deepest? Do we need to have that conversation?
Maybe we do. I think maybe not this year because
this year
I think
the Big Ten, like we all obviously didn't
Illinois
expect.
had a decent season.
We didn't expect
Tennessee. Iowa had a decent season. Yeah.
Penn State being bad.
So some of the middling Big Ten teams I think were better this year than they have been in years past. What's definitely true though to me, maybe this is the way to put it. And this is not something I came up with. I saw it on X actually, and I won't be able to find it, so I can't shout out who tweeted it. But the top end of the Big Ten is better than the top end of the SEC.
Correct.
This year, the middle end of the Big Ten was better than the middle end of the SEC.
Let me look.
Like that middle portion.
Yeah, I'd agree.
The bottom portion of the SEC is miles better than the bottom portion of the Big Ten.
So we got, yeah.
The problem with the Big Ten is your Northwestern, Purdue.
So if I take Arkansas, they were the worst team in the SEC this year, 2-10. They're beating Purdue.
They're absolutely beating.
They're beating Maryland. Michigan State, probably. I'm just Wisconsin, yes. Rutgers.
Which I hate doing the hypothetical thing because that's what's. But like, you know what I mean, though.
But yeah,
like,
they're not bottom of Big Ten.
Correct. Like, sure. look at Arkansas's games against the other SEC teams.
Yeah,
losing by 3, losing by 7, and then you look at Purdue just getting blown out every single game they play. Northwestern the same. Like, yes.
Yeah, Arkansas 31-17 to Missouri. Texas lost 52-37. LSU 23-22. Mississippi State 35-38. Auburn 24-33. A&M, they almost beat 45-42. Tennessee 34-31. We won't discuss that Notre Dame game. Ole Miss 41-35. Memphis 32-31. Like, it's yeah. It's an interesting conversation though, for sure.
Yeah, now look at Purdue, who went winless in the Big Ten. Indiana 56-3. Washington 49-13. Ohio State 34-10.
Yeah.
They played Michigan close and Rutgers close.
There you go.
Northwestern, they got skunked 19-0.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. So it's
interesting.
That's what's interesting though, is because the bottom part of the Big Ten is really bad.
Yeah.
Very. Yeah. So but Indiana's in a world of hurt. I'd be really interesting to see what they do with DeBoer.
You mean Bama?
What did I say?
Indiana.
Yes. Okay. Bama.
I don't think they are.
No,
in the
they're
world
not from their head coach. But yes, it'll be very interesting to see what Alabama does with the Boar, because Alabama fans do not accept mediocrity.
Yeah.
Now, should we get into the spicy games?
Let's
Because
do it.
oh boy, was this fun on Friday night. Not Friday. I think it was Wednesday night on New Year's Eve night.
Should have been.
In my mind, it was a Friday.
The fact we're playing college football on Wednesday and Thursday. I get the whole New Year's Eve thing, but come on now.
Yeah, I'll give the bowl just because, the New Year's Six, the bowls were always on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. But what I don't love the playoff semifinals being on like Thursday and Friday.
I hate that.
That should be a weekend.
But
anyway, the defending champs and number 2 ranked Ohio State, turns out they are not better than they were a year ago. Some people may have said that.
Who could that be?
I don't know. And they fell to the Miami Hurricanes, a team that was highly debated on whether or not they should be in, with obviously Notre Dame, everything that happened. At the end of the day, Miami now has won 2 straight playoff games over Texas A&M, another high-end SEC team that lost. And now Ohio State, a high-end Big Ten team that lost.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a shocker.
We were on Miami early. Obviously, they came out the gates gun a-blazing. And we were always kind of on their boat of they're so much better than what their record shows. And I think that came into play this game. Miami's defense was absolutely insane this game. Again. Yeah. I mean, Ohio State has 2 of the best wide receivers in the country, and they had 287 Like, I don't know about you, Tanner, but I came into this game thinking, oh, it's Ohio State. They're going to steamroll. It's going to be like a Oregon, Texas Tech, Bama, Indiana type game where I can turn this off at halftime and hang out. That was not the case. It was kind of the opposite, honestly. Jeremiah Smith did get his, but they absolutely shut down Carnell Tate. He only had 7 receptions for 31 yards. Excuse me. 3 receptions on 9 targets, 37 yards. Sorry, the CBS has it a little weird. But Miami's offense, Carson Beck wasn't spectacular. It really came down to how good Miami's defense was, holding what everyone thought was the best team in the country to 14 points is absolutely incredible, and a lot of people didn't expect this.
Yeah. So here's the thing. You brought up a game that was exactly how I thought this was going to go. That was Oregon, Texas Tech. Because if you think about that game, Texas Tech, they just couldn't score. And I looked at this, and I looked at how Miami played against Texas A&M. It was a very low-scoring game. And I look at Ohio State. We've said many times, the best defense in the country. Caleb Downs, like maybe the best defensive player in the country. Just like top to bottom, best defense in the country. They were giving up at one point like 6 points a game in conference, whatever it was. It
was insane.
I looked at this and said, how is Miami going to score? They've just really struggled to score against Texas A&M. Now they got to face Ohio State. I don't know how they're going to score. The offense looked better. I mean, I know they had the pick 6 in there, but the offense looked better than I thought they were going to be. And on the other side of things, like this defense, if I'm Cam Ward, I am so mad.
Yeah.
Because Cam Ward with this defense, I mean, obviously number 1 pick overall, Cam Ward, all the talent in the world. That offense,
not Heisman winner,
not a Heisman, but that offense scored so many points. and and Carson Beck might win a national championship.
Yeah.
Let alone number 1 overall pick Cam. Like they would have. I think they would have won the national championship last year. But anyway, um, this was incredibly impressive with Miami. The 1 year turnaround at defense is something I figured they would be better on defense, but I'm like blown away that Texas A&M and Ohio State, which are the number 2 and the what was number Texas A&M was 9, 17 total points.
Yeah, it was
crazy,
insane performances from Miami.
They were 7.
Gonna be a fun one. See what they do. Coming down the stretch here. Got a big game obviously coming up. Against Ole Miss, but yeah, that game was so fun, very unexpected, which always makes it a little more fun.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But the finale on New Year's Day night, oh my gosh, was this fun. Ole Miss, Georgia, back and forth, high scoring. But of course, Ole Miss takes down the Dogs 39-34. Trinidad Chambliss,
our guy,
who's also coming back to Ole Miss next year.
Love it.
Leads the Rebs into the semifinals with Lane Kiffin in attendance.
This is a big old middle finger to Mr. Kiffin. I don't care what people say. I know he was in attendance. I know he was tweeting, "Go Rebs," whatever. They don't care.
That is
you're out the door. There's a reason Trinidad is staying. And Trinidad was
Kyron Lacey's staying too.
I did not see
it. Yep, I did see. I think he said Kyron Lacey said he's staying. I think he said he might test the NFL, but he's not transferring. He's either going to go to the NFL or he's going to come back.
I love it, dude.
Now, Lane Kiffin tweeting "Go Rebs." It is the definition of, what is it, like the guy with the mask on that's like smiling?
Yeah,
he's all mad. Ole Miss wins a championship.
I want it so bad.
Lane Kiffin's face is erased from this team because he did not coach them, and he leaves for a team that he thought had a better chance of winning the national title. And the team he left wins. It would be the greatest story.
I mean, that's movie stuff, dude.
God. The only way to make it better is if he gets fired within the next 5 years.
Little bow on the present, right? But yeah, dude. This game, you look at the box score, you think it was a competitive one, which it was. But Trinidad Chambliss was
unbelievable, man.
The best college football player.
That
was one of the best performances I think I've seen in a very long time. He slung it 46 times for 362 yards, 2 touchdowns, most importantly, 0 picks. He is also phenomenal on the ground, 4 for 14, 4 yards a carry, complimenting Kyron Lacey, who rushed for about 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. It seemed that Ole Miss could do nothing wrong this game. It was absolutely electric. I love seeing the big dogs go down. I love the storyline surrounding this Ole Miss team. Hotty Toddy.
They're fun.
That's disgusting, but I mean, how can you not cheer for this team?
That's the thing is because I don't really like Ole Miss, and then
I don't like them.
I don't like Ole Miss. I mean, I tell you, I don't mind Ole Miss basketball because of the service they did knocking out Iowa State last year. But Ole Miss football, I don't really like them. You remove Lane Kiffin from that scenario.
Yeah.
These guys are kind of fun.
Yeah.
These guys are kind of fun. And I wouldn't take the Lane Kiffin out of it. I'm fine with Ole Miss win. I love when new teams win.
Yeah.
That's why I'm personally I would like an Ole Miss Indiana final, and then whoever
That'd be
wins, whoever
sick.
wins.
That'd be sick.
But yeah, just like in general, like they're fun. Trinidad Chambliss is my guy. I tell you, Trinidad Chambliss might be my second favorite quarterback in college football, only behind Mark Gronowski, of course. But like, he's so fun to watch. He's so good. Like you said, the stat line is incredible, and he was every bit as good as that
Yeah.
stat line. 46
Probably
attempts,
even better, to be honest with you.
65% completion percentage on those 46 attempts, by the way. 362, 2 touchdowns. Some of the plays he's made with his feet extending, like he was unbelievable. I can't sing his praises enough. And I'm so happy Ole Miss won this game, and I'm so happy that Lane Kiffin is sitting there watching and thinking what could have been. Because I told you, I've said it before, like, this is the move that really pisses me off. When you have a premier coaching job at a national title contender and you leave it for something that's air quote better, that pisses me off. And I love that this is the initial. Obviously, we have to see what he does at LSU, but the initial reaction is, this might.
I love it. I love it so much.
I love it so much as well. But those were the playoff games, Sam. So now our semifinal takes place, like we said, the day of dropping tonight.
Yeah.
On Thursday, is the which game is that?
That's Ole Miss.
That is on Thursday is Ole Miss Miami, and then on Friday night, is the Indiana versus Oregon, a rematch, obviously, of a game earlier this year. So those games will be fun.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But is there anything else you want to talk about in the college football world? We have some transfer news, not a ton. Some bowl games.
Yeah.
I know Brendan Sorsby.
He's kind of the only big name. He's
Sorsby to Texas Tech. Mestamaker to Oklahoma State.
Yeah. Those are kind of the big fish right now. Speaking of transfer portal, we'll talk about this a little bit. Did you see Dan Lanning's comments about the structure of the college football season?
I did. Fits pretty well.
Why does it seem that everybody, except the people making the calls, understands this is absolutely absurd?
Yeah. It's so easy to fix. We fixed it. So, of all the problems in college football, I don't think the schedule is the biggest.
Yes,
but
correct.
Dan Lanning's, like, I read that. I was like, this rocks.
I'll pull it up.
This rocks. I mean, the gist of it was what? A game every week until the first.
Yeah.
A game every week. The national championship is on New Year's Day. The
portal opens after.
The portal opens after.
Yeah.
Wow. That was really easy.
Yeah. You think that would be the case to begin with. Yeah.
And then the way you fix the transfer portal, you ready? Easy steps. 1, doesn't open until the season is officially over. Number 2, each player gets 1 free transfer. After that, they have to sit out a year. Unless a head coach leaves. Unless a head coach leaves.
Yeah.
We did it. We did it. Sam, we did it. We fixed it.
Who would have thought? Yeah, Coach Cal with college basketball was also talking about that a little bit.
College basketball, another can of speak. That is crazy.
Should we go ahead and open that can of worms, Tanner? Should we move on unless you got something else in the college football?
I don't think I do. I think we open those can of worms, Sam, because what we're talking about here, an unintended consequence of the NIL era, is now there's not the amateur tag. So players who have received compensation for playing in the G League can now come back to college.
Well, not only G League, Tanner, you can be a straight up get some NBA minutes and come back.
Crazy.
Absolutely absurd. Obviously we're talking about Baylor's James Nanji, hilarious in his debut. You think an NBA guy would kind of dominate regardless of your team chemistry. He had 5 points, 4 rebounds and 4 fouls.
Yeah, maybe we're making a much to do about nothing because maybe this guy just sucks.
But yeah, he was selected 31st overall by the Pistons, but was traded to the Hornets and then later your New York Knicks. Absolutely absurd. Not only that, but before NBA, he was also playing overseas professionally. He played for Barcelona and Girona of Liga ACB in Spain. Just absolutely absurd. The fact the NCAA is like, whatever, like, who cares? Obviously, you mentioned the G League players coming back. I can't remember the names of those players, but it's absolutely absurd, Tanner. Absolutely absurd.
Ready? I'm gonna try and fix it. Once you play professional basketball, you cannot come back and play in college basketball.
Don't talk crazy. Don't talk crazy.
I thought long and hard about that one, Sam. I thought long and hard about that one.
I mean, it just what are we doing here?
That's really bad.
What? I just don't understand the lot. Like, I really want to sit down with the NCAA and
my long-standing take. The biggest problem with the NCAA, they don't have any common sense.
Correct.
They say, this coach buying a potential recruit a car so he'll come there. Yeah, that's the same as a current coach being like, hey man, you forgot your wallet? Here's $10. You can go to Chipotle and get lunch.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing, but the NCAA treats it as the same thing.
Yeah.
They see athletes, getting compensation from an NIL collective, 18-year-old athletes, and they're like, okay, if they can get paid, then someone who got drafted can come back and play college. That's not the same thing.
No.
Common sense. They've never had it.
Yeah.
They never will. A director of common sense is the most necessary thing at the top of the NCAA, because anyone with a brain can see, whoa, this is not good, except for one organization, the NCAA.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was semi okay with the G League players. That wasn't as big of a deal for me. I still think it's absolutely ridiculous. One of the guys, Terry Darlin, he played in the G League for a couple years with the Ignite, which was like to combat NIL stuff. He came back to Santa Clara. Now, do I agree with that? Absolutely not. I still think it's ridiculous. But to have a guy that was drafted, we're not talking late second round, shortly signed after the draft. We're talking first round pick. Absolutely ridiculous. There's, as crazy as college football has been these past couple of years with the NIL stuff, the transfer portal, I think it's even more absurd in college basketball. We got pros coming back.
It's worse. It's worse.
Guys, Tyron Grant Foster has played at like 7 schools. Chad Baker Mazzara, obviously another one.
That actually reminds me, by the way, something we should have mentioned in college football.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw our dear friend TJ Finley is back in the portal.
Yeah, I heard. Absurd. And
for all of you saying, who's TJ Finley? He's another Tyron Grant Foster.
Because
he's another Chad Baker Mazzara, who's like 24 years old.
LSU,
Auburn, Texas State,
Georgia
Western
State,
Kentucky's in there.
Western Kentucky's third. It's
bad.
And it doesn't take a genius to solve it. I think Coach Cal absolutely nailed it.
We've solved it on
Yeah. Credit us, NCAA, when like 10 years from now, when you find this podcast and listen you'll credit us hopefully. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up. I thought that was a great segue from the craziness of the transfer portal. I mean, I saw there's 4,000 in the transfer portal for college football right now,
And the season isn't over yet.
and the season isn't even. The semis haven't even played.
Like this is literally as if Joe Burrow was like, free agency, y'all. I'm
Yeah,
going. Like you just can't have it.
like Ole Miss. Like I saw Ole Miss signing. Yeah, I'm gonna say it because that's what it is now. Signing transfers today. I saw Indiana sign someone yesterday. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
How can you coach a semifinal when you're like, oh, and I got to check on the 4,000 transfers?
And I think the worst part of it all is high schoolers are getting absolutely screwed in this.
Yeah.
I mean, you're D1 level, uh, basketball, football doesn't matter. I can go get Jim Johnson that played 4 years at Texas. Let's just go Texas State, threw for 5,000 yards, 38 touchdowns, 5 picks last year. Or I can take Sam Johnson at.
You're killing me.
I know.
But yes, the point is that it seems to be pretty clear that the elite college football programs will no longer be recruiting high schoolers, especially at the quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. I know, kind of meshing this all together. Rick Pitino says he doesn't even look at high schoolers anymore.
Yep. Which is like, it's like obviously it's just crazy, but in a college basketball team where you have to fill 15 spots is more understandable than like college football
80.
programs aren't even looking at high schoolers anymore. That's how crazy this is.
Yeah. Absolutely absurd.
Crazy this is.
Absolutely absurd.
But that's just the state of college sports. But at the end of the day, Sam, you're going to watch. I'm going to watch. Most people are going to watch who love college sports because it's just, it's what we love.
It's the best.
It's the best around. Before moving on from college sports, a few notes in the college basketball. Did you happen to see what happened in Michigan State last night?
Yeah, I did.
Former player getting kicked out.
And there hasn't been, I know, there hasn't been anything really said about it other than he said something that should be repeated.
Should never be said to anyone, according to Tom Izzo.
Which usually if it's racially motivated, you hear about it. So I really want to know what he said. I did
notice that it happened to be a black referee.
Yeah.
So maybe it could have been that, which obviously is a major problem. Tom Izzo was hot.
Yeah.
He's like,
that was so funny though.
It was great. Also an early candidate, or I guess I don't know when technically this happened. If it is a late submission,
I think
for Meltdown of the Year or an early candidate for Meltdown of the Year.
I know who you're talking
about. Micah Shrewsbury.
3 days ago. So of the year.
Yeah, New
2026. Micah Shrewsbury, hothead of the year.
Wow. I've never seen anything like that. That could, like, he had every right to be upset. Obviously, not that reaction is crazy.
Yeah.
But at the end, at the end of the day, like, I think I got this from Mostly Sports. What was he gonna do if they didn't hold him back? Was he just gonna go charge him? Like, was he gonna kill him? Like,
I kind of wanted to see it.
Me too. But like,
let the boy play.
Does Micah Shrewsbury currently have a job because of his assistance?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that was insane. But
that gets tough because he did it to himself. Because right now we should be talking about, man, I feel bad for Micah Shrewsbury. He got screwed over on one of the worst calls I've ever seen. But no, now we're talking about how much of a child he is for reacting the way he did, which was bad. But that call was crazy.
Yeah, it was absolutely absurd that it was called. But in no way, shape, or form warrants that
No,
reaction.
nothing. I'm not sure anything on nothing on an athletic field or court does.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just a couple
So
things going
good.
on in the college basketball scape that I thought was
Oh,
worth
yeah.
mentioning. But Sam, I think our final order of business here, unless you have more, would be the conclusion of the NFL regular season.
Yeah.
Because the playoffs are set. We have playoff matchups that are starting next week. And of course, we have head coaching vacancies.
Yeah.
So I'll touch on the playoffs real quick. In the AFC, the Broncos finished with the 1 seed at 14-3. They will have the bye, and the matchups are as follows. The Bills are traveling to Jacksonville to take on the Jags. That's a 6-3. The Chargers are traveling to Boston to take on the Patriots. That's the 7-2. And then the Texans are traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. That's the 5-4. Obviously, Pittsburgh getting in on an instant classic game off the foot of Tyler Luke and Baltimore. Then in the NFC, the 1 seed Seahawks. Sam Darnold is the 1 seed with a 14-3 record. This is great. This is fun.
I did say it.
The Rams will be traveling to Carolina to take on the 8-9 Carolina Panthers, making the playoffs. Yeah. That's the 5-4. The Packers are going to Chicago to take on the Bears in a third matchup between the Bears and Packers. That will be awesome. That's the 2-7. And then lastly, in a matchup of the NFC Championship game a few years ago, the 49ers are traveling to Philly to take on the Eagles. That's the 6-3.
Yeah.
So that is the playoff matchups. But Sam, I would argue the more intriguing thing to talk about here is on the other side of the coin, because some pretty notable head coach firings coming through. And I think the biggest one to talk about has to be the Baltimore Ravens. Parting ways with John Harbaugh.
Don't really understand this one, Tanner. And why now? Coming off a season where that was filled with your best player being injured. Not 100%.
Not only your best player, but your best player at the most important position in American sports. I don't agree with you. Now, look, I'll be curious to see what Ravens fans have to say. This to me screams it's a down season. We haven't accomplished anything under this new era of this head coach. But it is just really, really reactionary. And I don't know if the grass is greener. And
no,
I'd be willing to bet the grass isn't greener.
Yeah.
I don't know who the target is.
Yeah.
You have someone in mind?
You hope to have someone kind of like a done deal already? That's the only way I can see this being.
Well, if it's a done deal already, then it's either illegal.
Yeah.
Or he's coaching a team that did not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be fascinating to see what happens. And John Harbaugh, I mean, I'm surprised he was fired 5 hours ago. I'm surprised he doesn't have a head coaching job yet.
Yeah.
You're telling me if I'm the Giants with Jackson Dart and Scatterbo, and I'm not going to John Harbaugh.
Supposedly they reached out. I think, or I've seen that all teams with a vacancy have reached out to Harbaugh. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, the Harbaugh seems to be
of the James Frank.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, you get it. The team has, I understand it. It seems like, I don't know what's better out there. And at the end of the day, someone's going to get a really good head coach.
Yeah.
Who's now reinvigorized. You know what I mean? Things may have grown stale in Baltimore, and now he's rejuvenated to figure some things out with a new team. So and a revitalized John Harbaugh to me is would be a steal for just about any team out there.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's noteworthy. I mean, other ones worth mentioning. What the Falcons fired Raheem Morris.
Yeah.
Um, the Giants obviously they had fired Dable. The Titans fired Brian Callahan a while ago. The Raiders fired Pete Carroll. Is that it for Pete Carroll?
I mean, yeah.
Man, sad to see him go. But yeah, I mean, it's like, and it's unfortunate with how things are going in Seattle right now.
Yeah, that's tough.
But yeah, Pete Carroll no longer um, in Vegas. The Browns fired Stefanski. Now Stefanski is another one that should get a job really quickly,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it seems those are Harbaugh and him were the top, especially for the Giants, I read. But Harbaugh obviously has jumped him in the rankings for the Giants. Um, I was not shocked because it's a Browns head coach, but like he didn't because how many years was he there? Was he there?
He was there.
He
So
was there for 5 years.
yeah,
Okay.
yep. Because Kevin Stefanski was the
He went,
Vikings offensive coordinator
yeah.
before he got
So
the job.
2 playoff appearances. He had a bad year in 24, and I'd say this year too. But like 11-5 his first year, 8-9, 21, 7-10, 11-6. Like, what do you expect from a Browns?
Yeah, like he's done a really. I think he's done a nice job in Cleveland. Obviously, the quarterback that franchise, the minute the Deshaun Watson trade extension and legal action came about, they were done. There's
Yeah.
no head coach. You could have gotten uh, Bill Belichick and Nick Saban and just about any head coach you can imagine. They would not get out of that scenario.
Yeah.
It's just there's nothing you can do. So Stefanski, honestly, like obviously anytime you get fired, it sucks. But I feel like he's going to land himself in a nice spot, maybe with a young quarterback. Like Stefanski and Cam Ward would be really fun. Stefanski and
Yeah.
Jackson Dart would be really fun. Like everything we mentioned. So,
Yeah, that one shocked me though.
yeah, no, I agree. And then Jonathan Gannon out
Yeah.
as the Cardinals head coach. Sure. And I think though that those are the firings. So
Yeah, there has been a couple coordinators that have been let go as well. Um, the Commanders fired both their offensive and defensive coordinator. Offensive being Cliff Kingsbury. That'll be interesting to see where he lands. And then Matt Eberflus got canned, which that should
I know you're
happen
heartbroken.
mid-season. They were absolutely atrocious defense, but yeah. Um, Obviously, I think the number one job right now is that Giants because they do have guys.
It'll probably be the Ravens.
Well,
right?
yeah.
Behind the Ravens.
Again, don't understand that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot about the Ravens because it doesn't make any sense.
Very surprising.
Do they have who are the Ravens' upcoming free agents? Do they have
Any notable? I mean, obviously Lamar is there for a while. I guess I don't know if there are any notable free agents, but yeah, it'll be an interesting offseason for the Ravens.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Like, is Henry still under contract there?
I don't remember what contract he signed because it was second year in Baltimore.
Yeah. So Linderbaum will be one. Shout out. Seems they kind of have all their guys under contract. But obviously Flowers, Jackson, and Henry are all under contract for at least another year. Isaiah Likely is set to become a free agent if they don't figure something out. And Linderbaum, that's about it though. And DeAndre Hopkins, didn't even know he is still in the league. But yeah.
So yeah, it'll be a really interesting offseason for the Ravens, trying to figure things out. But one thing we do know will be a new head coach.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to touch on in the NFL is we officially have a draft order.
Yeah.
The Tankathon has ensued, and the number one pick will be selected by the the Vegas Raiders, who are looking for a head coach and a number one overall draft pick. But the order is Raiders, Jets, Cardinals, Titans, Giants, Browns, Commanders, Saints, Chiefs, Bengals, Dolphins, Cowboys, Rams via Atlanta, Baltimore, Tampa, Jets via Indiana or Indianapolis, Lions, and Vikings. So just as I predicted, the minute the Vikings got eliminated, 1-5 straight, and now put themselves in a spot where they have the worst pick of any team that did not make the playoffs.
It's tough.
But
that's tough.
That is the draft order.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what quarterbacks come out. Obviously, there are some good ones. So
yeah,
all of that will ensue in just a few short months, Sam.
Yeah, it's unfortunately time to start looking at that for both of our NFL teams. Kind of a sad way to go out for my Cowboys, but
just a few short years ago, the Vikings and the Cowboys were both in the playoffs.
Yeah,
holding some pretty good spots, and obviously it didn't work out well for either of us.
Nope.
Now we're here, both missing the playoffs. Our basketball and our NBA and NFL teams have swapped.
Yeah.
And now our NFL team or NBA team is the playoffs, which we care. So
no, except my Thunder are struggling right now. I don't know.
They've lost one.
They've lost. They're 6-6 in their last 12 games, man. I know. The tank is on.
Knicks are also struggling. They've lost like 3 straight, I think. But anyway,
dang, bums.
Anything else we want to talk about in episode 197? Getting back into the swing of things. A good couple of weeks of sports, obviously headlined by that college football.
Yeah, I think we kind of nailed everything. It's good to be back. Gonna be dropping episodes every week now. Took a much needed break. Unfortunately, it kind of comes at a tough spot. With the college football playoffs. Conference basketball kicking up, but it's fun, man. And I'm excited to be back.
No doubt about it. That's going to wrap it up for episode 197. Obviously, we just kind of recapped what we had talked about, but make sure to follow the podcast on X, TikTok, and Instagram. Or are those all
X
at crunchtime_pod? Yep. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube Crunch Time with the N326 duo. Bear with us, people. We just had 2 weeks off. We're getting back into the swing of things. But the clock has run out on this episode, and we'll see you in the next one on Crunch Time.
Yeah.